Greetings, my dear Digimon figure fans! This is Mega881000 again, almost at the end of the year. The previously unimaginable is happening again for this year, namely that there is actually another info video by me. But first of it all, I would like to use this info video to thank you all very much for hitting the 1000 subscribers. Even if it's not a lot in comparison, I would never thought to even make it this far when I started my YouTube channel back then. Yeah, that's why I appreciating it very much. So yeah, many thanks, shout outs to you all of my long-time viewers and subscribers, and of course also to all new ones here who are just maybe discovered this channel recently. So yeah, thank you very much to you all. You rock, guys! As I said, another surprising info vid, because my last and so far only one info vid this year, which was about an official Digimon figure announcement, I published on my channel like 7 months ago already. It was about the promotion of the Bandai Figuarts standard amplified Peltram and model kit figure. But since Bandai hasn't announced or released not much new Digimon figures that use which are interesting me, I couldn't make any info vids. Yeah, I don't want it. Sure, there got some new Digimon figures that use released this year, which were of course also announced before, but more on that topic later at the end. And yet there was another new announcement that was very surprising to me, and I have and want to make an info vid about this in so many points of view. I want to make an info video about that. So let's get to the main topic of this info vid, because as you could or should have seen from the thumbnail and video title already, the most unimaginable thing has happened so far, because Bandai Tamashii has actually announced a kind of new S.H.Figuarts Digimon Collector's Action figure, which they called S.H.Figuarts Omegamon Best Selection. Yes, you seen and heard right. But before you jumping or falling off your chair in complete excitement, this new announcement for a kind of new Figuarts Digimon figure is great and unbelievable at the same time, yes, because it at least shows that Bandai has not yet completely forgotten about the Figuarts Digimon, which were actually my feelings about this topic now, and against what the designer said once during Digimon's promo, Figuarts Digimon's promo. We're coming to that point and topic later. Yeah, and we are about to analyze together what this new Figuarts Omegamon Best Selection figure exactly and actually is and means. The meaning of this new announcement of another Figuarts Digimon is perhaps more historic and great than the new figure itself is, because after the first short kinda attempt to revive the S.H.Figuarts Digimon figures, which began in 2021 with the 3 premium color editions repaints with upgrades, and continued with the following completely new great Figuarts Digimon Rebirth of Holy Knight mold and figure, and also spawned the half new resculpted controversial Figuarts Angewomon mold or figure. Yeah, but after Angewomon's promotion and release in April 2023 in Japan, it sadly quickly became disturbingly quiet again in the Figuarts Digimon section, and no further announcements followed. Yeah, so what happened to the revival of the Figuarts Digimon? I do mention it very often in my other reviews and videos when it fits the topic that despite the promise made by the designer in charge, when promoting the new Figuarts Digimon Rebirth of Holy Knight figure, they said things like, "We are planning to deliver Digimon Figuarts figures to fans again over a longer period of time from now." This plan or promise obviously came to nothing again. Probably because the 2 new Figuarts Digimon figures once again did not achieve the expected sales figures that Bandai wanted to see for them. Well, I can actually understand for the half new mold and the poor quality for Figuarts Omegamon, despite Bandai having already a good template for her base body, which mainly came from the mold of the 2018 transformable Joshinka Tamashii series or Digivolving Spirits Omegamon form, because the new Figuarts Omegamon was and is in short simply a rather bad Figuarts product for making it also a more expensive premium Bandai item. Yeah, but she was far from being a premium Bandai product. I had torn her apart a bit in my review, consisting of 2 video parts you may have seen. And if products are good or bad is generally spread through video reviews or the internet very quickly these days, Bandai. Yeah, that's a fact. For the completely new and absolutely great mold of the anime-based Figuarts Digimon Rebirth of Holy Knight figure, however, I cannot understand why this figure should not have sold well. Because this new Figuarts Digimon figure was and is of the highest current standards of other current Bandai Tamashii Figuarts and Monster Arts figures from our franchises. I put the problem and the blame more on the poor and cheap implementation of the halfway new Figuarts Omegamon and the fact that, as I said, she was marketed as a premium Bandai product, while the previous new Figuarts Digimon was a worldwide over-the-counter release. But since Figuarts Omegamon's poor quality, despite and precisely because of the already good template of the transformable one existed already, she could and should have been perfect. I think that this ultimately led to Bandai scrapping plans for further new Figuarts Digimon figures, because Figuarts Omegamon as a premium Bandai product did not achieve the desired sales figures. I had already feared this in my review about her, that her quality issues could kill the revival of the Figuarts Digimon again. So that was just a speculation, of course, I don't know, but yeah, somehow you can see the reasons for no further announcements. However, another big problem is Bandai itself and how they marketing their Digimon products, which is another reason why they simply dropping figure series and lines without any information after few releases, after big promotions and further big promises. Another YouTuber made a very great detailed video about exactly this problem, which really insightfully deals with Bandai's problem with their marketing strategies for Digimon figures and merchandise in general, and gets to the point of Bandai's problem very clearly in this video. It's a great video. Watch it if you can watch it. If I find it again, I will link it in the video description down below. But the core analysis from this video for figures relates to the following. First, they promoting a new series of figures. Then they bringing out a few figures as regular worldwide over-the-counter releases. The fans buying them, collecting them, and would probably continue to buy them if the quality remains good, and Bandai is happy about that. Yeah. Happy world. But then the next release is suddenly only a premium Bandai release order item. This makes availability even more difficult for the fans and makes the product unnecessarily more expensive. Usually there is then a repaint of an existing mold, such a Black Wargreymon repaint figure, and the fans say to themselves, fine, I will pass on this one and wait for the next release that is more interesting to me again, because it is premium Bandai, so it's more difficult and expensive to get than in contrary the regular releases were before. Or it's just another rather uninteresting repaint. Yeah, but Bandai just sees, oh, the last release only has a few pre-orders, and then concluding, okay, that's not what we expected from the sales, and yeah, fans don't want any more products in this figure series, so let's not bother with more and just stop it. The problem is that Bandai doesn't recognize the real reasons for the poor sales figures, which was because they made the last item a premium Bandai product, perhaps for a rather uninteresting repeated Black Wargreymon repaint figure release, which is also made more difficult to obtain and more expensive for being premium Bandai, or simply because it was a rather poor product premium Bandai item. Yeah, that's the problem that Bandai itself doesn't recognize. In short, Bandai simply makes very bad decisions about how they marketing their Digimon products and have no plan to do so. The YouTuber also speaks in that video about such earlier marketing failures from the entire history of Digimon merchandise. It's a great video, you have to watch it. If I can find the link again. Yeah. You're probably wondering why I'm telling you all this and what the heck. It has to do with the new announcement of Figuarts Omegamon Best Selection figure, right? Yes, that's a legit question. But well, this whole topic actually has a lot to do with this new announcement. And that's why I thought it was very important to include every bit of it here. Because this new announcement, this new, in quotation marks, new Figuarts Omegamon Best Selection figure and how they are marketing it again is, in my opinion, unfortunately another good example of Bandai's very bad marketing decisions. Because it is just another Omegamon repaint figure of already existing Figuarts Omegamon figure molds. If they want to try again in their false believing to make Figuarts Digimon figures popular again among fans, then I say good luck, Bandai, because this Figuarts Omegamon Best Selection will, in their belief, achieve exactly the opposite among the bigger mass of fans, I think. In addition, this time it is only a Bandai Tamashii store exclusive sales item, which also makes it even more difficult to obtain. But it gets even worse. We will get into that in a moment. But why did I say that? When Bandai is trying again with this new Figuarts release in their false belief to make Figuarts Digimon figures popular among fans again, when in fact they will achieve exactly the opposite. Well, we as fans, and I think I'm speaking for a wider mass of us, have never said that we don't want any more Figuarts Digimon. Quite the opposite is true, Bandai. We want new Figuarts Digimon in a quality meeting today's standards and in a good quality, preferably as regular, easily, worldwide to obtain available over-the-counter releases with new molds of other characters from all seasons that have not yet been considered. Right, guys, that's what we exactly want and wish for us fans, Bandai. But Bandai, what we don't want is yet another repaint figure or other renewed versions new color versions of existing molds of the same characters called Omegamon and Wargreymon, on and on. Right, guys? That's this thing that we don't want. When I'm looking at the recently launched great Bandai Tamashii Monster Art series of Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters and the high quality or figure arts of other franchises, and what they release from the side of different characters for those other franchises, it brings literally a tear to my eye. Why we can't get that same for Digimon figures too? The Monster Art series would be perfect for Digimon figures of matching more monster characters, but unfortunately we don't get anything we want. The best example of this is the new Figuarts Omegamon Best Selection figure. I have now said a lot in advance about Bandai's actions for better assessment, because unfortunately there is not much to say about the actual announcement or this Figuarts Omegamon Best Selection figure. But let's get to the facts about it. In short, this supposedly new Figuarts Omegamon figure is just another repaint figure of the S.H.Figuarts Omegamon Premium Color Edition released in 2021 with a different color scheme again, which according to the official announcement and statements is supposed to represent the paler Omegamon design and colors from the first Digimon movie in Japan, Bokura no War Game, with the same great move-able wired cloth cape from the Premium Color Edition, of course, with this time the new colors adapted to the rest of the figure's new color scheme and yeah, so on. The mold of this Figuarts Omegamon Premium Color Edition and the new repaint Figuarts Omegamon Best Selection comes, as you may know, originally from the 2016 Figuarts Omegamon Bokura no War Game version with the pale colors and look from the movie, with the first, from today's perspective, very simple cloth cape. In addition, the 2016 original release of the Omegamon Bokura no War Game version Figuarts figure came with these two small Taichi and Yamato minifigures made of clear plastic that were included as option parts to recreate the special scene from the movie with Omegamon Bokura no War Game version by putting the minifigures, one of each, on the shoulders of the Omegamon figure. The 2021 Figuarts Omegamon Premium Color Edition was a repaint of the 2016 Figuarts Omegamon Bokura no War Game version mold with a few very nice improvements and upgrades, and with the new improved move-able wired cloth cape, which is still great looking. I really praise these improvements for the Premium Color Edition, which was also in quotation marks only a repaint from the main body, but a good repaint because of the great upgrades. The Taichi and Yamato minifigures were no longer included with the Premium Color Edition, which was highlighted and justified back then as follows: that the 2016 Figuarts Omegamon Bokura no War Game version figure was designed to be more faithful to the movie coloring design in terms of coloring of the figure. The 2021 Figuarts Omegamon Premium Color Edition was designed to reproduce a more luxurious look with a white pearl color and metallic colors to produce a figure with unique charm and a different concept from the 2016 version. The new version, Figuarts Omegamon Best Selection, is therefore just a pure repaint figure of the repaint of the Premium Color Edition with a different color scheme with paler colors that are supposed to be more true to the movie design again. And though that is supposed to be the case, now comes the big bad surprise for this repaint figure of the premium color edition. Because the new, more movie-related version, Figuarts Omegamon Best Selection figure, again, does not include the Taichi and Yamato minifigures, which is another very negative point in addition to the already rather weak new Figuarts Digimon release, for which again being just a pure repaint figure. I mean, Best Selection, come on Bandai! How did you come up with that name? What do you do and what did you think about this? Probably not much. But I'm asking you seriously, do we really needed another new repainted version of the Omegamon Premium Color Edition instead of a completely new Digimon Figuarts figure mold of another character that we never got before? I say no. This new Digimon Figuarts release is more of a bad joke and just milking the mold at its best again. S.H.Figuarts Omegamon Best Selection is really only interesting for those who either have or could buy not. For those who either have or couldn't buy the 2016 original release Omegamon Bakura no Wargame version, nor the 2021 Figuarts Omegamon Premium Color Edition for some reasons. And yes, for hardcore Omega fans who need the Premium Color Edition again with a different paler movie adapted coloring, or those who need this, let's say, almost identical 2016 Figuarts Omega mold for a third time. For everyone else who would have preferred to see a completely new mold for a completely new Figuarts Digimon instead of this pathetic work, the new attempt with Figuarts Omegamon Best Selection is a hard slap in fans' faces in my opinion, because this new repaint brings absolutely no innovation with it. It just has a different color scheme again. I mean, the 2021 Premium Color Edition was also mainly just a repaint of the 2016 original Bakura no Wargame mold, but they at least made some improvements for the Premium Color Edition and gave him this great new movable wired cloth cape, which I really praised in this regard, because this was a great thing. On the other hand, they didn't even take the minifigures into account for the new Figuarts Omegamon Best Selection now, even though it's supposed to represent the movie design again, which is also incredibly weak. So cutting out the minifigures again is absolutely not justified in this special point of view, this time, in this context. I also have to say something more about the minifigures and the cutting out of those, which makes this whole thing even worse, which I promised before. It's getting worse. Because they would have simply had to produce the Taichi and Yamato minifigures again, and it would have worked just as well with the Best Selection Omegamon as it works with the 2016 Bakura no Wargame version original release and also the Premium Color Edition. I already demonstrated you in my review about Figuarts Premium Color Edition that the base mold of the figures are identical, and the shoulder blades can even be removed the same way on the Premium Color Edition, and the Taichi and Yamato minifigures of the Bakura no Wargame version can be attached to the Premium Color Edition's shoulders in the same way, because everything is the same mold there. The requirement for this is of course that you have the 2016 Figuarts Omegamon Bakura no Wargame version figure with the minifigures. I just want to say with that the new Figuarts Omegamon Best Selection, because it's just a repaint again, has the same function too. So the only thing Bandai had to do was to produce the minifigs again and include them, and it would have worked the same way with the new Best Selection Figuarts Omegamon figure without making any changes in the mold, and like it works with the other two figures of the same mold, because all three base molds are identical and have the same functions. End of the discussion. Weaker Figuarts Omegamon Best Selection, and what Bandai did and fought for it and about it. Yeah, it would even work to attach the new capes to the 2016 Omegamon Bakura no Wargame version figure, and the opposite way would work as well, because even all of these attachments on the back pieces have the same mold, because all are, yeah, for the main thing, the same mold. Now we're coming to some more informations, that you're hearing some more other things than my angriness about this release. At X, formerly Twitter, S.H.Figuarts Omegamon Best Selection was announced with this post on the 25th November 2024, as you can see. Of course, an entry about the promo was posted at the With the Will forum the day before, on November the 2014th. As usual, with the official product shots and a short summary from the member. But not much was written this time. Yeah, because there isn't much positive things to say about it. That's off, yeah. Those are the facts. By the way, I didn't get to the official promotion page again. I got misled again to this strange general site. But there will certainly be one for such a promotion page, will be certainly, yeah, will be there for this figure release, for this announcement. So I want to at least repeat a few explanations from the forum member from the entry about the promo here, so that you can hear something else than my opinion on it. So here we go. It's been announced. The S.H.Figuarts action figure of Omegamon is returning once again. Woohoo! Tamashii Nations has announced the details of the figure. Omegamon will be released as a Best Selection figure, a formal re-release of an existing figure, for 7,700 yen in December. It will be exclusive to an actual Tamashii store and Tamashii spot locations. A list of confirmed stores is on the Tamashii Nations page, including Tamashii Nations New York. At least at the moment, there is no mention of it being sold online. So quickly book your flight tickets and head to New York or everywhere else to such a Tamashii store to get this great new Figuarts Digimon figure. That was just my little sarcastic add on the topic. Let's get serious again, yeah, with the rest of the forum informations. The figure uses the color scheme of the original release from 2016, but appears to be more directly based on a few revised bits from the premium color version that came out in 21. Yeah, exactly, that's it. It not seems to be more, it's based on that premium color version. It's the repaint of the premium color version from 2021. For example, no Taichi and Yamato figures included to mount to the shoulders. It got added as well to the informations here. Club Tamashii members will get a chance to pre-order it, and they also know the figure may be sold in other ways in the future, although there is no guarantee of that. And Bandai will then pay close attention to this and realize, dear colleagues, it's not worth it. The fans just don't want Figuarts Digimon anymore. Please excuse me again, but I just can't keep this serious. Yeah, I can't keep serious about this all. But let's get serious again for the rest forum informations. I have to go this. I have to go through this. Yeah. This has been a popular one for nearly 10 years and often gets resold for quite a bit amount of money, I think he meant. So nice that it's coming around again. Well, this you can see both ways. You know my detailed opinion on this Digimon Figuarts release. Now you heard it all, and I think that a lot of other fans agree with me about that. I also like the content of the only comment on the update post at the forum below, which pretty much sums up all of my thoughts on this topic very well, and I therefore will quote it now. Yeah, so the premium recolored LOL. It looks nice, and I'm glad S.H.Figuarts hasn't completely abandoned Digimon, but yet another Omnimon is a bit exhausting, especially since they couldn't include the shoulder figures either. Still would be nice if they made it available in more places. Exactly, dude, so true, exactly my thoughts. You nailed it. What I do find positive is the price of 7,700 yen, which would be about almost $51 US or almost 49 in euros, which is actually a bit lower than the suggested retail price by Bandai for the premium color edition, which was 8,250 yen. Yeah, it's not much, I know, but at least it's something. But since this new figure is not even available online for now and is only a Tamashii store exclusive sale item, the positive is immediately cancelled out again, or gets cancelled out again, because we all know that this will make it a freaking feast for all the scalpers out there. And as I said again on this topic, Bandai has no idea how to marketing Digimon merchandise right. As I said, this is a good example of how they make premium Bandai items that were previously regular worldwide over-the-counter releases by figure series, which were normal over-the-counter releases, and the next release in this figure series was a premium Bandai item. Yeah, that's what I meant. So they're making it for the next item more difficult and more expensive for fans to get it when they go premium Bandai. This here is an even better and more worst example of Bandai's bad marketing strategies with the Tamashii store exclusive sale here. And Bandai then just thinks, well, okay, they just don't want any more Figuarts Digimon. Or because the last Digimon figure was rather bad product. But this Bandai then simply doesn't recognize, and the real reasons for poor sales, they don't recognize this. And that's just the bad thing for us fans. That's the really bad thing about this all. That's it from me about a promo about the new S.H.Figuarts Omegamon Best Selection Repaint figure. Let's come back to the topic of Digimon figure releases this year, which I touched on in the intro. And as I said, there were of course new Digimon figure releases this year, such as mainly the, for me, completely uninteresting strange statues with the strange design of the so-called Ichiban Kuchi statue series, with this very special, as I said, strange design that doesn't appeal to me at all. But somehow they seem to be very popular among fans, because there are already a number of different Digimon characters made as such Ichiban Kuchi statues. But as I said, these designs don't appeal to me personally at all, and they are also quite expensive on top of that. And as you may know, I'm refusing to make any info videos about figures that don't interest me, or rather I refrain from doing so and see no point in doing videos for just clicks like others do, or views like others do, if I don't have or can't build a personal connection to such new figures, which I don't like, so I'm making no videos about them. That's a simply calculation. But yeah, the new Figuarts announcement in country was a very interesting thing for me, because that's my topic. That's which about I making videos, right? So I had to talk about this. Yeah, there were also a few of these new Digimon statues by Bandai, the Digimon Adventure Digi-Destined, Digimon's Child level partner teams, similar to the Mega House statues partner team statues back then. Of course, the ones by Bandai are in a somewhat simpler but therefore also cheaper form. Therefore, those are a very good and cheaper alternative to the expensive Mega House statues. But I just didn't find them so special that I felt like to dedicate extra info vids to those, and somehow at least I mentioned them all in this info vid now, for those of you who haven't heard anything about all these recent releases yet. But unfortunately, there haven't been any really big new announcements about the Digimon figure statue series that I usually making my info vids about. I said it before. With this said, I just wanted to justify why there has only been one info vid by me this year until yet. They have also announced another model kit figure for Bandai's Figuarts Standard Amplified series, but this is just another repaint, recolor of the already existing Figuarts Standard Amplified Omegamon X antibody kit mold. This time with different and somewhat stronger, more vibrant, perhaps nicer colors, while the original release had very pale colors. And yes, another Omegamon figure repaint. Congratulations, Bandai, you knowing your Digimon business. Yeah, you knowing it. That's why I don't wanted to make an info video about it either, because it's another Omegamon. That was it from me for my second info video this year, and on the whole topic and my thoughts on the latest S.H.Figuarts announcement. I hope you liked the very detailed info video again. The announcement was still very fresh this time, so if you liked it anyway because it was very long and detailed, then give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you liked it. I think this is also a good way to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year ahead, and in a more personal way. So yeah, Merry Christmas, and thank you again for the 1,000 subscribers. Guys, you rock! Thank you for your attention and watching this video. Take care and see you in the next general video. Your Mega 88 1000.